I came to warn you, Jack, about a potential and very serious threat to you both.
I've stolen Kane's AI program. I want to make a deal with you. Are you interested?
The Young and the Restless, Y&R recap for Tuesday, December 23rd, reveals that Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, will spy Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, and Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, make-out session while Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, proposes a deal with Matt Clark aka Mitch Backall, Roger Howarth. After Noah Newman, Rory Gibson, regains consciousness and gets up in the park, he'll call Nick and Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, with the news that he was knocked out before Sienna Backall, Tamara Braun, was kidnapped. Noah will meet up with Sharon and Nick at Crimson Lights, where Nick will irritate Noah by suggesting Sienna might have knocked him out and gone with Matt willingly. Matt will call Noah from a motel room and do some taunting, but Noah will push him to let Sienna go and take him instead. Sharon will bark threats over the phone before Matt hangs up. After Noah bickers with Nick briefly, Nick will convince him that they need to force Matt's hand now to keep Sienna safe. That'll lead to Nick calling Matt back and insisting he wants to offer him a deal. At Society, Lily will share a meal with Tracy Abbott, Beth Maitland, who'll give Lily a nudge to let herself enjoy some happiness with Kane since it'll be better for both Lily and the twins. Later, Tracy will catch up with Diane Jenkins Abbott, Susan Walters, at the Abbott mansion, where Diane will be texting Michael Baldwin, Christian LeBlanc, for updates on whether he's found something that can help them. After Diane reflects on finding acceptance with the Abbott clan, Tracy will suggest that Diane may be the fighter their family needs and will give her a hug. Next on Tuesday's Y&R episode, Phyllis will show up at Kane's office with a puzzle cube as a Christmas gift. Phyllis will also claim she regrets walking away from Kane and that she's there with her hat in her hand. Kane will assume Phyllis' plot fell through due to Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, double-crossing her. Phyllis will acknowledge that she's ready to team up again and will work to convince Kane that it's a good idea. Kane will eventually get curious enough to ask what the plan is, so Phyllis will insist she's going to steal back the AI program from Victor. Phyllis will think they should take over Newman Enterprises together so they can get payback, money, and power. After Phyllis calls Kane Aristotle, he'll object to her using that name. However, Phyllis will push Kane to let Aristotle come out and play before she pushes him to take over the world together. Phyllis will lean over Kane as he sits in his office chair, so they'll be kissing when Lily pops up in the doorway and witnesses the close moment. The Young and the Restless spoilers hint that Phyllis will cause another setback for Lily and Kane, so stay tuned. The air in Genoa City was thick with winter chill and simmering betrayals, as Tuesday delivered a seismic episode that left relationships fractured, alliances forged in shadows, and one stunning public kiss that may have just ignited the next great war within the Chancellor Empire. Lily's world shattered at Crimson Lights. The day's most explosive moment unfolded not in a corporate boardroom, but amidst the familiar scent of coffee at Crimson Lights. Lily Winters, having successfully navigated a morning of complex merger discussions with Jill and Billy at Chancellor Winters, was riding a high of professional triumph. Seeking to share her good news with her husband, Kane, she instead walked into a personal nightmare. There, in a secluded corner booth, oblivious to the world, were Kane and Phyllis Summers locked in a passionate, desperate kiss. It was not a peck or a friendly gesture, but a full-bodied embrace that spoke of deep history and rekindled fire. Lily stood frozen, her portfolio slipping from her fingers, the clatter on the floor finally breaking the illicit couple apart. The look of utter horror on Lily's face was mirrored by the guilt on Kane's and the defiant shock on Phyllis's. No words were exchanged in that moment, but the deafening silence spoke volumes. Lily turned and fled, leaving Kane to call after her and Phyllis to sink back into the booth, a mix of panic and strange satisfaction on her face. This was no innocent mistake. Flashbacks revealed that their connection has been rebuilding for weeks, fueled by Kane's feelings of being sidelined in Lily's powerful world and Phyllis's own turbulent loneliness. Their conversation prior to the kiss was a mutual lament about feeling like background characters in the lives of the powerful Abbott and Chancellor clans. This kiss was a rebellion, but its fallout will be a revolution. Nick's dangerous gambit with Matt. At the Newman Ranch, Nick Newman was playing with fire, and he knew it. His meeting with the mysterious Matt, The alias for his vengeful brother Adam was a high-stakes game of corporate espionage and familial treachery. Adam, hidden behind a loan-out company and a gruffer demeanor, laid out his brutal terms. He would deliver a controlling stake in the lucrative Dark Horse project to Nick, effectively stealing it out from under Victoria's nose at Newman Enterprises. Nick's internal conflict was palpable. He wants Dark Horse, not just for profit, but as a symbol of his independence from Victor and Victoria's dominance. Yet, the cost is an alliance with the brother he has distrusted and clashed with for years. Adam, for his part, framed it as a simple business transaction, but his eyes gleamed with the deeper motive. Sowing chaos within Newman, positioning himself as a puppet master, and getting revenge on the family that cast him out. They shook on the deal, a pact sealed in mutual ambition and deep-seated resentment. Victor, seemingly preoccupied with holiday plans, remains ominously unaware that two of his sons are constructing a bomb beneath his empire's foundation. Victoria's suspicion and Nate's calculus. At Newman Towers, Victoria's CEO instincts were on high alert. While reviewing the Dark Horse files, she expressed unease to Nate Hastings about the sudden, quiet movements of the holding company that owns a key piece of the project. Nate, ever the calm strategist, advised caution but privately is in a delicate position. His loyalty is to Victoria, but his ambition is for himself and the Hastings legacy. He is carefully watching the Newman siblings' power plays, calculating where his best opportunities lie. His advice to Victoria was sound, but one wonders if he would sound the alarm as quickly if he saw a path that benefited him directly. Their dynamic remains professional, but Nate is a wild card in the coming corporate battle. Phyllis's justification and Summer's warning. Back at the Grand Phoenix, Phyllis was attempting to spin her own narrative. To a concerned Summer, who had heard whispers of her mother getting too close to Kane again, Phyllis was defiant. She framed her life as one of constant judgment and dismissed the idea of being a homewrecker. She argued that she and Kane share a unique understanding of being outsiders striving for more. However, Summer saw right through the bravado, issuing a stark warning. Lily Winters is not a woman you want as an enemy. And she's his wife. Summer's words foreshadow a potential mother-daughter rift, as Summer's loyalty leans toward her friends in the Abbott-Chancellor circle, not her mother's chaotic passions. Billy's concern and the Abbott family front. At the Abbott mansion, Billy Abbott sensed something was off with Lily after she abruptly cancelled their follow-up meeting. His protective instincts kicked in, but he was also preoccupied with the